Hey y'all, it's Jhene and welcome to episode 3 of the So Wavy podcast. So y'all, we got a lot to get into today, y'all. Let me tell y'all, it has been a very, very long week and it's so much I want to talk about on this episode. So get ready. But before we get started, if you are watching me on YouTube, hello. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and make sure post turn your post notifications on so you can know every time the podcast is up and every time any of my other videos on the channel is up. If you are one of my podcast listeners, then make sure you also subscribe, follow the podcast, um, give us a review, all that good stuff. Y'all know the deal. All right, so like I said, y'all, I'm gonna get started on our very, very long list of things that we're gonna talk about today. And shout out to everyone that interacted with me on the last podcast on my YouTube channel. I posted a couple YouTube shorts and y'all was giving me some feedback. So I like that. Alright, y'all. So to start our show off a little on all of the stuff is humorous to me. I ain't doing nothing too serious. But on a light, fun side, have y'all seen Orlando Brown's interview that he did? I forgot who he did the interview with, but it's been going viral over the last couple of days. And basically, he's just y'all know how Orlando Brown get when he be doing interviews. If you don't know who Orlando Brown is, he is Eddie from That's So Raven. He was also in like Major Pain, and he's basically a child actor. He did a lot of stuff, been in a lot of great stuff. Great actor actually. But y'all know since really That's So Raven, he kind of like has gone through a lot of different stuff, mental health, and all that good stuff. So yeah, he does these interviews um with different people and they just be asking him a bunch of questions. And his recent one he did is hilarious. Let me tell y'all. So they was asking him about Raven or something, and he said that Raven was Blueface. And then he was like, what else he said? He said Raven was Blueface. He was talking about Will and Jada. I think he talked about Cat Williams. I didn't see the whole interview, but I saw clips of it. And what got me, he went on like this rant. He was like, "Why are we paying for grapes? Why are we paying for for water? Why are we paying for bananas? This is what the Lord wanted for us to have. Like, why are we paying for this?" He said, "Y'all gonna get in trouble." It was y'all. Y'all have to look at it and see. Y'all know if you know him or are familiar with his like rants and stuff, then you know how he gets, and he's always a viral moment. So of course this interview went viral again. So yeah, I thought that was hilarious. If y'all haven't seen it, go look on TikTok and just type in his name, and the most recent interview should pop up for y'all, so y'all can check it out. Because I was like, oh my gosh, and they just keep interviewing him. But people be like that his stuff is like the truth mixed in with like fiction, like just stuff that he just makes up and like all this stuff. I don't know, y'all, but it is a kiki. As long as he's healthy, y'all, and like is in the right mind frame most of the time, I'm okay. But they like people just like to hear his takes on things. So yeah, he went viral again. And I just was like laughing at the clip, y'all. Because they were just asking him all sorts of questions, just random stuff. But yeah. So make sure y'all go check that out if y'all haven't seen it. And if you have seen it, what y'all think about the whole interview? Um, all right, now we're gonna move into some music stuff. So I want to talk about this topic that has been kind of like going around. If you're a part of like the female hip hop like stan Twitter and like female hip hop stan YouTube, which I am kind of like adjacent part of, so I be knowing all the stuff and they be breaking the stuff down. I be watching the videos and stuff and be on Twitter and stuff. A little bit. I don't do too much with Twitter, y'all, because this is a very toxic place, but a little bit. Or X as they call it now, or what it is called now. But a topic was how all of the rap girlies are like coming out with new music. Like they've all released like new snippets. So y'all know Nicki Minaj's album came out about a month or so ago now, and it has been real quiet since her album came out, like as far as like other artists. And a little bit before she dropped, it was like really, really quiet. And you know, people always say, Nicki said herself, when Nicki dropped, or when Nicki's ready to drop, people go quiet. As soon as Nicki drop, people want to drop, room. But you can take that however you take it. Like I said, if you're part of like that stan culture, then you know all that stuff. But all the girls have been releasing snippets. So like within the last week and a half, you've got new snippets from Meg Thee Stallion. You got a Cardi B snippet. This was like New Year's. I think she like did like a snippet of a song when she performed at a club that she had for New Year. So yeah, that Blotto released a new snippet. Ice Spice, Sweetie, JT, and Young Miami. So everybody is teasing new music. So we're gonna really see like what actually comes out. Cause y'all know people tease music all the time, but never release it. So we'll see. Out of all these, I'm not gonna say I'm like super excited for any of them. Like just like, oh, I just can't wait. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and be like, I'm just super excited. But I do like um Ice Spice's snippet. I think it's just funny. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She said, what was it? Some. You're not even a fart or something crazy, y'all. It's catchy. It's catchy. Yeah, I can't even lie. It's catchy. So I mean, I want to hear that whole song, I guess. And yeah, I'm just want to see what people actually, like I said, what people actually release, and I kind of like give my thoughts on it from there. I don't really listen to a lot of like Meg's music, a lot of Cardi's music, a lot of Lotto's music either, really, or Young Miami. So those artists, like obviously I know who they are. I've listened to their stuff before, but I can't sit here and say like I'm just one of those people that listen to them all the time, because I don't. But I don't even listen to Ice Spice all the time. Obviously, she just kind of, last year was like her big year. So I've heard some of her songs and the collabs that she's done with Nicki. I've listened to those, like those. I actually like Sweetie's music, and I know some people are just like they don't really mess with Sweetie's music, but I actually like Sweetie's music. Like she makes some catchy and has made some catchy songs, but honestly, I like Sweetie's music better when she first started in the beginning, like when she used to do basically before she really blew up and became like who she is now. Her music was a lot better to me. So I listen to that older stuff. I'm not really into some of her new stuff, really. But we'll see. Like I said, I like the old Sweetie stuff. Like I used to watch her YouTube series a couple years ago. She used to do like the vlogs and stuff. I wish she would do something like that again. But I know people change and a different, trajectory. Because I feel like people liked Sweetie's personality and everything that she brought, and I guess she's kind of gotten more popular, and she's just not. Is not connecting with the people anymore. Unless you're like a super super Sweetie fan, like you'd be like everything Sweetie makes I love. But yeah, but I like Sweetie's music. Like I said, she's made some good songs. Her first album I really really enjoyed, and some of her like stuff that she put out, like I said before, she was like who we know now as Sweetie. I've always liked Sweetie's like just whole style and stuff, so it's kind of sad to see her. I don't say she fell off necessarily, but stuff just not is not hitting the same. But you could say that for a lot of artists now, so people just gotta find their thing. And sometimes artists come and go, and you can I don't know, y'all. I don't. Well, like I said, go listen to her older stuff. I mean, her newer stuff isn't it's not like the most horrible thing you've ever heard in your life. Like, let's be honest here. But I've seen people's critiques and criticisms of her music. Um, but yeah. But I do like JT's stuff. Like I liked the City Girls when they first came out, and then they kind of like lost me somewhere, and I just kind of wasn't listening to them much anymore. But I'm really liking like JT's solo stuff that she's been doing. Like No Bars is really good. I like that song. I like the song that she did with Stunna Girl, which we're gonna get into Stunna Girl later. Um and she released a snippet and it sounded really good. I think she released one snippet and then she released like another one. I don't remember if it's the same song or a different song, but I'm excited for her. I'm happy for her. And then Young Miami, as of recently, like this week, she released her own snippet of her own song. So we'll see kind of where everything falls, and I'll just kind of give y'all my take on the stuff that I personally consume and listen to. But are y'all excited about, the new music that's coming out from all the rap girls? Are y'all like, you know, are y'all excited at all? Which artists are you excited for? Are you excited for all of them? Yeah, like I said, we'll see how things go and how things turn out. All right, so next on to some new releases. So Jhene Aiko released a new song called Sun, like the sun outside / sun, like your son. So this is a song for her son. If you know like Jhene Aiko's like music, like what type of music that she makes. She's like makes like R&B soulful music. I really love her music. Like I'm a big Jhene Aiko fan. I would love to see her in concert. Someday. I really, really like her vibe. She's just a me type of, like she's our vibes match. Our vibes match. Like that chill, mellow type of music. I mean, I like all sorts of music, but that chill, mellow type of music is like really just truly my vibe. I'm just a chill, mellow person, so I really like her. And I also have a son too, so I really enjoyed this song. It was a beautiful song, y'all. You should go listen to it. Like, this is not a song that you gonna like. This is not like one of her songs that you just gonna keep playing over and over again. But it's just a beautiful song that she wrote for her son. And y'all know she does. Not I wouldn't say a whole lot, but she written music about like her daughter before, and what's that song? Her and her daughter have a song together, "Sing to Me," and what's that other song that she did? Is it called Promises? Promises, I think. That she wrote like about being a mom and stuff. So she does stuff like this. Her and Big Sean just had a son. Maybe has it been a year yet? I'm not even sure it was been a year yet, but it was a beautiful song. I listened to it. I really liked it. So y'all should definitely go check it out. It's a really, really good song. Next for new music, we have 21 Savage's new album, American Dream. From what I've been hearing from other people, they seem to really like it. I'm not like the most biggest 21 Savage fan, so I haven't really listened to the entire thing, but I have listened to one song. Let me see if I can find it to tell y'all what it is. It's the one with Brent Fayez, because everybody on TikTok and everywhere really, was like hyping that song up. So I listened to that one in particular, but I haven't gotten to the rest of the album. What's it called? Shoulda Worn Your Bonnet. And I just laughed at this song, y'all, at the title of this song. But yeah, Shoulda Worn Your Bonnet is a song I listened to. But yeah, that's the only one that I listen to that people have been saying is really good. And people are liking Red Drum. But this album has 15 tracks on it, and he has features from Mariah the Scientist, Burna Boy, Metro Boomin, Brent Fayez, Summer Walker, Little Durk, Travis Scott, Young Thug, Doja Cat. So people seem to enjoy his album. Like I said, I haven't really gotten to the whole thing. Like I said, I'm not the most the avid 21 Savage listener, so I kind of just listen to the songs when I listen to them. But I do want to check out the other um songs on the album. I want to see what the song with Doja Cat sounds like. People are liking that one as well, from what I've seen. And the one with Mariah the Scientist, I want to see what that one's like, 'cause y'all know. Well, y'all don't know. If you're not on my YouTube channel, you don't know. But I really like Mariah the Scientist. Um. So yeah, I think I talked about her in the first podcast episode of artists that I want to see like release new music in 2024. So we'll see what music we get from Mariah in 2024. But yeah. So his album American Dream, which we're gonna get into like his documentary thing that I think was just supposed to be a video. I'm confused actually, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So, in other news, for new music, Nicki Minaj re-released. Well, she re-released Pink Friday 2, but it's the Pluto edition, and it featured a new song with Future called Press Play, and I got to listen to the song, and it's a pretty good song. It's Nicki Minaj and Future. They always make good music together. Um, I gotta listen to it a few more times to be honest. It's not like my most favorite song off of the album or the deluxe or like the re-releases of the album, but it's a good song in itself. It's featured in Nicki Minaj. I think Nicki has a lot more music that she's probably gonna release in the coming months and stuff. So I think we should probably be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be more music from her. She said she's got Roman ready to go. So we'll see. Let's see how things kind of pan out the next couple months and see if we'll get more music from Nicki and see if we'll get that, Roman will come out of her. But yeah, it's a solid song. Y'all know she makes solid music. Solid song, solid, not my most favorite song off the album, or not even my most favorite songs her and Future have done together. But it's a good song, solid. So y'all should definitely go check that out as well. Let's see. So y'all, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I was talking about JT and Stunna Girls song like that, and I really, really like that song a lot. And I really like JT's part. But y'all, Stunna Girl has been in the news this week because she basically then went off on Ciara, y'all. Y'all know Ciara, like my goodie Ciara, 1-2 Step Ciara, Russell Wilson's wife Ciara, that's Ciara. So basically, apparently, Stunna Girl released a song that sampled goodies, and apparently Ciara's team reached out to her and told her to take the song down because basically she didn't get clearance to use the song. And they told her to take it down, and she was upset. And I'm gonna read to y'all the tweets that she tweeted, some of the tweets, because y'all know the language. And I'm gonna give y'all my take on the whole situation. Oops, not y'all was hearing my reels. All right, y'all. I'm trying to get to my stuff because I saved it on Instagram because I was like, I have to read this to y'all if y'all did not see it, because she's deleted the tweets now. So you can't go and like find them on her Twitter or nothing like that. So I am looking on the Jasmine brand. They posted it. And basically, Stunna Girl says, I literally hate when producers use samples. These artists be acting like they made the beat. It's so many people that use that beat. But she at Ciara's team writing me saying she personally contacted them about me. But anytime I done used a beat that sampled by a white artist, they don't care, basically. Then she says, I literally hate when okay, that again. And then somebody commented, Ciara got money to make from her music somehow, sis. She gotta make music. Hold on, y'all. My reading is all over the place. So Stunna Girl has said what she said, and then a user tweeted to her, Ciara gotta make money from her music somehow, sis. And Stunna Girl said she better go moonwalk through some venues and leave me the F alone. Then another person commented to Stunna Girl and says, what I know, wait, what? I know Miss 1-2 Step not tripping after all the girl code stuff she been preaching about. And then Stunna Girl said that girl code stuff be fake. These old she didn't call Ciara a hoe, y'all, but she ain't spell it right. HOS be hating. That was a lot. And first of all, y'all, people listen. Now I'm from an era. I am 26. I keep thinking I'm 27, but I'm 26, and I'm from an era where we used to like use all different types of slang and stuff on Facebook and stuff and like Twitter and stuff. But that's like that was a trend. And ours was real bad. But sometimes people be typing and I just be like, what are you trying to say? What are you saying? Like, let's just use the word so we can, read. But anyway, my take on this whole Stunna Girl versus, well, not even, it's not versus Ciara, because Ciara ain't said nothing, but Stunna Girl basically coming after Ciara, I think is crazy. And it is like, what in the world is going on? Like, one thing I have learned and I've observed and I've seen is that, like I was talking about in the last episode, people's morals and values and stuff are different. Like, everybody's morals, values, and stuff are different. Some people bring emotions into business, while other people strictly keep stuff business. So with that being said, if you do not get a sample cleared from Ciara and her team, whether you say she produced a song or not, if she got ownership in that song, if she owns the rights to that song, or whatever the case may be, if the people say you cannot use the sample, you cannot use the sample. There's no, you can't go around it, you can't do nothing. Like, people have literally been to court, sued for stuff like this. Y'all remember when Marvin Gaye's family, was it Marvin Gaye? Yeah, Marvin Gaye's family sued Robin Thicke for Blurred Lines and said that he basically used, I don't know if it was like a similar melody. It was something. I don't even remember if they won or not, but I don't know what, I forgot what came out of that. That was so long ago. But I'm saying, like, this is real stuff. Like, people get sued all the time for copyright infringement. It's copyright infringement. That's what it is. It's copyright infringement. So you cannot just think that because Ciara is this artist and and you sample stuff from other artists and white artists and they didn't say nothing about it, that means that Ciara and her team can't say nothing about it. No, that's no. That's not how things work. Some people, some artists will give you a pass and be like, oh, she's a up and coming artist, like, I'm just gonna give her a pass, woo, boom, 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 whatever. And then some people don't operate like that. Some people operate on business and some people operate on principles. So with that being said, if they say you cannot use a song, you cannot use a song. And you can't get mad at that because literally it's copyright infringement. Copyright infringement. Like, I don't think people be realizing that this stuff is actually real and you can get actually sued for this stuff. Now, if she would have took you to court, that'd have been a whole different thing. Luckily, all she did was actually take it down, and I think they striked it and it came down immediately, obviously. So all of that, I don't think, and then I don't think it went the way she thought it was gonna go. I think she thought people was gonna be more on her side. When Ciara is probably one of the most unproblematic artists. She is very, very talented and she has a lot of respect. So people really not gonna be going up against her and be like, yeah, she shouldn't have did this. No, that's business. Like I said, everybody's morals and principles are not the same. Some artists might not care, other artists do care. And then especially if artists is making money off this, like, you're not finna use my song, right? Use the sample of my song that I did not clear or my team did not clear, and you making money off of it and I'm not making a dime off of it. Like, when artists clear samples for other artists, or for, think about this, when artists clear samples for other artists, when artists clear for their song to be featured in different commercials and movies, all that stuff, they're getting paid from that. They're not just saying, oh yeah, you can use the song for free. No, most artists are getting paid because, especially if you don't actively make music like that or you're not actively doing stuff like that, this is how some people get their bread and butter. When people say the bread and butter, like, this is people's livelihood we talking about here. And regardless if people think Ciara don't need it because she got a husband, that don't matter. That's her song, her team. And it probably ain't just Ciara that own parts of that song. It's so many people's hands in all of this stuff. And people will actually be surprised how many people actually own parts of artists' songs. Like, everybody has to eat. So even if it doesn't directly affect Ciara's pockets that much, the producer, a part of it, other writers or whoever owns any parts of that song in any capacity, you're using it, the beat, whatever, and they're not getting paid from it. Absolutely not. No. And then people was like, what Stunna Girl was even talking about in the song, it don't even, like, Goodies was like, they said Goodies was like, obviously when Goodies came out, I was super young, so I just know the song and the lyrics, but I don't really know, like, the deep meaning of it, because at the time I was not thinking about that. Like, But they were just talking about like, I think the song is more empowering, more, you know, than Stunna Girls song. Cause Stunna Girl was talking about all sorts of stuff. Y'all, if you listen to Stunna Girls music, then you know how she raps and how she is. So yeah. So I really do like Stunna Girl. And I like a couple of her songs. And it's just sad that she had to like do that. I hate when artists do stuff like this because it just puts unnecessary targets on your back for no reason. And I'm a firm believer in, I feel like there's ways that you do things, and sometimes we as humans act off emotion, which is perfectly fine. Because sometimes you're gonna act off emotion, sometimes you're gonna go off on people, and sometimes you're gonna regret it, or maybe it's not the right decision. I get that. We're human. Stuff is gonna happen sometimes, but people have got to be a little bit more smarter about how they move, because you never know how one thing can mess up so many opportunities for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it it don't even gotta be necessarily opportunity with working with, maybe even working with Ciara in the future, but it could be opportunities of just other people see how you move and how you do business. Like, it's one thing if you got clear for it and all this stuff, and maybe there was a miscommunication somewhere, and even if you didn't get it clear and they told you to take it down and you never would have brought it to the internet, nobody would ever know, and you wouldn't have this attention on you. Now people see you as somebody that don't follow the rules. And even though people do not like to acknowledge this, in anything that you do, in any field, in any type of industry that you have, there is codes and there is rules to things. Even if the rules and the codes are not necessarily the best rules and the best codes, and you might feel a way about certain things, but if you are one of those people that want to be in said industries and said things, certain things you have to abide by if you want to be in those spaces. Like, that's with anything, it's rules. You can't just go out here and do stuff and not think there's no consequences for your actions. I just wish people had better PR teams, and I wish that people just moved a little bit differently, because people be messing up so many opportunities for themselves. And I'm also a firm believer, what is for you is for you. And the things that God has for you is for you. But at the same time, you can mess up opportunities. Everybody has done it before. Like, it's not like Stunna Girl is like the only artist that's done stuff like this, but I just wish she didn't do it. And then coming after Ciara, and then Ciara hasn't even said anything, and it was just like the principle. Like I said, some people stand on principles and principles, and their morals. Everybody's morals is different. Maybe if an artist sampled one of Stunna Girl songs, maybe she wouldn't have no problem with it. She'd be like, "Oh, this is an up and coming artist. I'm gonna let them go." But somebody else be like, "No, it's business. It's strictly business." Some people are strictly business, unfortunately. Like, you gotta just know that. Like, you have to realize people move a certain way. That's how they move. You can't get mad at how people move. That's how they move. So if you know people move a certain way, then you know how to change up how you moving with said people. So maybe in the future, Stone Girl, just get the sample clear so you can release your song and there'll be no problems. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. What do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like Stunna Girl was in the wrong for coming after Ciara? Um, and then before we end this part, but and then she goes to her to moonwalk across the stage. That's crazy. Like, that was so unwarranted. It really was. But what do y'all think about Stunna Girl coming after Ciara? Do y'all think that she was right? What would y'all have done if y'all was, in this situation? If you was Stunna Girl, or if you was Ciara? Comment below. Let me know. Because listen, like I said, business is business, unfortunately, for some people. All right. Next we're gonna talk about the YSL trial updates. Y'all know last week I talked about one of Young Thug's previous co-defendants, I believe. Um I keep forgetting his name, y'all. Let me see if I can find it. But anyway, he was back on the stand this week, and as always, the trial has been going viral for a few things this week. One of the things was the previous co-defendant. I'm trying to figure out what his name is. I don't ever put his name in the stuff, but if y'all look up the YSL trial, y'all know who exactly I'm talking about, because there's only one person that's been on the stand here lately, that's been viral like this. So basically, the prosecution is trying to connect the dots and try to paint this picture of YSL being this gang and all these things. They're trying to use different things to paint this picture. Now the problem is, it's not a problem, but the problem is the things that they're trying to use and that they're bringing into court has caught a lot of people's attention because of how funny it is and how hilarious it is. And this makes people not take this trial seriously, or makes people not take the prosecution seriously, because they, like I said, his previous co-defendant is on the stand, and they are asking him about LeBron James. And they're like showing him this clip of LeBron doing handshakes with a player. I don't know what player it was. And he like wiped under his nose or whatever. And they were trying to say, like, I'm looking at the video now, so I'm trying to describe it to y'all if y'all haven't seen it. But they basically was trying to say that, like, LeBron is saying like slime or something. They're just trying to, like I said, they're trying to connect this picture and make all these things make sense. So they asked him, they asked him what uh what what did he think of that, or like what does he see? And he was like, LeBron has different handshakes for all the players. And then they're asking him like, so what do you see here? What is he doing here? Have you seen when LeBron like did the handshake and wiped his nose and said salام or something? And he was like, I mean, yeah, he might have done that. Like, it's the fact that, first of all, we're talking about LeBron James, right? And this is a freaking Young Thug trial, YSL trial, and we're talking about LeBron James and what y'all think he did, or what y'all trying to insinuate that he did. Like, how LeBron get into this? When I saw this, I was like, they gonna use everything they can find to prove their case, which you supposed to do, but darn, it's like, come on now. Like, the comments on this thing is just crazy. Like, it's like Braun. Is that somebody said Braun really not safe nowhere? Um, and I think that it actually might have been the defense. I don't know if it was the defense or the prosecution that was trying to use this, but the whole thing is comical in itself, because, like I said, they're trying to paint a picture that. So the prosecution is trying to paint this picture that these things are related to the YSL gang and all this other stuff, and then the defense is trying to basically, these said same things that the prosecution is using, they're saying like this is not that, right? So remember I told y'all last weekend when they was asking him about like the red in his tattoo, and he was like, oh, it looks good on my skin, or when they was like, Thug means truly humble on the God. Now that one I have heard of before, that Thug means truly humble on the God. I don't know where. I feel like Young Thug said it back in the day or something, but I've heard it. So basically, now that I'm reading the comments a little bit more, I read some through the comments somewhat. They're trying to just basically say that the handshake isn't gang affiliated and people like do it, but that can kind of go two ways. Like, you can kind of say like that, oh, it's not a gang because like LeBron's doing it and LeBron's not in the gang. Or the prosecution can use that and be like, well, this is an influence from somewhere, affiliated with, YSL. So it's just insane, honestly. Um, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. We're gonna see how this go. Like, I'm still kind of just don't really know how it's gonna flow and how it's gonna go and what's gonna happen. But another thing that went viral from the same court case, is them playing lifestyle in court. And y'all know we are living in the most unserious time of people, and my generation is like the new adults, and we don't take nothing seriously. So they're playing lifestyle in court to try and prove, like I said, they're trying to paint a picture and prove something. So I'm thinking about the lyrics of lifestyle, and I'm like, what in this song can be incriminating? Because I don't remember that song being like that for real. And then somebody was like, we don't even understand half the words Young Thug said in the song. But they were playing lifestyle, and I'm not sure if I'm assuming that the court and the lawyers and the judge and all that stuff, you can't like vibe out to the song basically in the courtroom. So everybody is like, the song is playing. Just imagine you sitting here, and if you know lifestyle, you know the songs and you know the lyrics and the it's blasting, it's blaring, and you have to stare with no reaction. That's what they was doing. Like, it was hilarious to watch, y'all. It was hilarious to watch. But people on Twitter have been so unserious. They've been making videos about them, how they would have been if they was in court listening to Lifestyle. Like, it's so serious. Like, it's so unserious. Like, this whole case, I mean, it's a serious case, yes, like in the grand scheme of stuff. But I'm talking about the way that it's going is so unserious. I have never seen a case play out like this. And, like, that's why I'm still, like, on the fence, y'all. I don't know if he's going to actually, like, get convicted of anything, because now I'm confused. What did he do? What did he do? What did he do? Please let me know, because I'm actually very confused now. And it's just like this whole time this case has been all over the place. So just free him, because y'all are just, at this point, y'all are just, I don't know, like it's very comical. Like, this is so unserious, very funny, and I don't even know where we go from here. The trial is still going on, so we'll see what happens. I don't know how much longer this is gonna take, and I don't know what's gonna come out of this. On both sides, from what I've seen, they have both made good, I guess, points in certain things. So it's really up to the jury to see how they decide and what they do. Um, so yeah, I don't I don't know. It's crazy. I don't want to see him go down because I like Young Thug. It seemed like he was getting, just not comfortable, but like he was, he had artists and stuff. Like, he was really getting into something, building his empire and stuff. And to see him go down like this is just, it came out the blue for us, the public, and yeah. So free him, because I don't know what they got going on in that courtroom. But yeah. So let's see. Now my camera keep like blurring out. I'm trying to get all the content. Alright. So now I want to go into a couple of things that I have been watching and a couple of my takes on some of the stuff that has been popular here in the last couple weeks. So first, starting off what I'm currently watching. So right now, well, first, I just finished Power Force. Was it book 5? Is it book 5? No, book 4. Book 4. And it is so much better than I thought it was going to be. I told y'all in the first pod that was something that I watched in like one of my favorite shows of 2023. And I watched it when it first came out, like the first episode, but I wasn't feeling it. So I waited a while until like the end of basically last year to start watching it. So I finished the first season, and I literally just finished the second season, which came out at the end of last year. Yesterday, and let me tell y'all, whew, I'm ready for season 3. They did that. All of the Power Universe is amazing and good, and I'm a big fan, a huge fan of it. But I'm really, really excited for BMF to come back out, which that's coming out in March. Abbott Elementary is coming back in February, which I didn't talk about them in my other video about one of the shows I really, really like. But I really like Abbott Elementary. They're coming back in February. And then we got Ghost Book 2. I think that's either gonna come. I think the way that their schedule goes, I believe they are gonna come out sometime after BMF when they start, maybe. So maybe March, April will get Power Book 2, which I'm excited about because last season ended. I gotta see what's going on. I have to see what's going on. Like, it's so good. If y'all not into Power, y'all need to get into Power. First, you need to, if you're new to the whole Power universe, the first thing that you need to do, you have to watch the original Power, all of the seasons, all 6 seasons of original Power. Please watch it, because if you don't, all this stuff ain't gonna make sense. After you watch the original Power, then you can go to Power Book 2, right? Then you can go to Force, and you can watch Raising Kanan in between. But watch Power the original Power first. So Raising Kanan also is on, which I am watching too. I did not watch the episode from Friday because I like to let my episodes build up. So I'll probably watch it this Friday, so I can have 2 episodes to watch. And I got stars, y'all, so I begin the episodes as soon as 12 o'clock hit. So yeah, don't spoil the new episode for me, y'all. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I might watch it before Friday, but I don't know. But that's another show that I have been really watching. Like I said, I'm just in love with the whole Power universe. So currently it's Raising Kanan that's on like my little watch in my rotation. And then I just started watching the show called The Bear. And the reason why I started watching this is because I was watching the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about um like the Golden Globes and who won Golden Globes and all that stuff. And they mentioned the show The Bear, and I had seen it on Hulu, but I really didn't know what it was. Like I didn't know nothing about it. But they said it was really good and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm trying to like find new stuff because right now we kinda in like a little drought. I know it was the writer strike and stuff, so stuff is just now starting to like be released and starting to come out like it's supposed to. So yeah, so I started watching that. I'm on episode 3, I think, and it has 2 seasons. So I really like that show. And then I started watching The Act. That's supposed to be like the Gypsy Rose story, because y'all know Gypsy Rose just got released in December, and people have had like mixed emotions about her being released and like her press run and everything she has going on. So I was like, let me tune into the actual like I want to first see the actual show and maybe get into some of the documentaries that have been out about it. Because while it was happening, I was fresh out of high school and I was in college and I was not thinking about nothing like that at all. Like I remember it like a little bit, people talking about it, but I was in my little college town doing my little college thing, not even worried about that. So yeah, I've been watching that. I only watched the first episode so far. I just watched it yesterday, so we'll see. I just think the whole thing is interesting, and like I've been listening to people's takes on how they feel about her being released, because she got released I think December 28th. I think that's what one of the girls said when I was watching her video. So basically she has just been like all over the place. Like she's been doing interviews, she's been on podcasts and all these things, and people are kind of like they feel a way about it because it's like she's like this influencer, this celebrity, and like the reason why she's such an influencer and like a celebrity is because she like has something to do with her mom, being I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get black or get but she had her mom unalived, so was a part of that well, it ain't really a conspiracy, is it? Well, because it's the no, well, it happened, so she was involved in that. So people are kind of like, it's weird that she's such like a celebrity and viewed in such a light for that. And some people was like, no, like she's been through so much and her story needs to be told and yada yada yada. So I'm just like, I'm mixed feelings about it because it is a little weird to me, just a little bit, because she's like being celebrated in a way, and the man that or was her boyfriend when all the things went down, he's like he has a life, and I think she got I was literally looking at TikTok today. I think she had got 10 years, and then she was eligible for parole in 8, which last year will be 8 years for her. So she basically got paroled. Um, so people are just like weirded out. They're like, well, why is he still in there and she's not? And people just have all these takes on it. And to me, right now, I'm just cool. Like I'm like, I don't really know yet. I'm not gonna really try to judge it yet. I can definitely see where people are coming from though, in a sense, because it is a little eerie and it's a little weird to a certain extent how she's being celebrated, but I do know that she did go through a lot of trauma and a lot of stuff, and her whole story is just insane and crazy how her mom was, and like the show I'm only on episode 1, but I can just really, it's good. Like, it's really good. So, obviously some stuff is like, for the show is like, dramatized a bit much, but still, it's a lot. So she been through a lot. So I don't know. I don't know. And then Lamar Odom just announced, like, to her that he would pay for her to have her whole teeth redone, because it was like a whole thing with her teeth and her mom, and y'all have to really get into it and do more research on her and like get deep into her story and look at the documentaries and all this stuff. But she got married in prison or whatever. So her husband has been with her on this little press tour that she's doing. She's been on The View, y'all. She's been on Good Morning America. She was on somebody's podcast. I forgot. But she's been doing a lot of press. And people are just, they have mixed feelings about it. And even people that was championing for her to be released have mixed feelings about it, because they didn't think that she would come out of prison and do stuff like this. And then I guess people's, from what I've heard and seen and stuff, people's little, like, I don't know the word, little, they looking at her a little sideways because of her upbringing and how her mom kind of like manipulated her in a way and manipulated all the people around them. They feel like she's putting on a performance. And I definitely can see why people think that. We don't really know what is to be true and what is to not be true. But when you're raised in an environment like that, you know how to manipulate people and you've done it, and even if it wasn't just your doing or you wanted to do it, like you kind of were under pressure and forced, you still have the ability to do so. So there's been a lot of think pieces on Gypsy Rose, but I wish everybody well. So we'll see what comes of this, how things continue to play out and go. I think she has a reality show or something coming out on Lifetime, I think. So we'll have to just see how things pan out for her. All right. Next, I wanted to talk real quick about Jonathan Majors and the whole debacle with him, which is actually really sad. Um, if y'all don't know, Jonathan Majors is a actor. He has been in Creed 3. Is it Creed 3 or Creed 4? Creed 3. He has been in Marvel. He played Kong. Is it Kong or Kang? I think it's Kang. Kong? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Kang in Marvel. In the Marvel universe. Y'all, this camera. And then he has been in a lot of other stuff like Lovecraft Country. He's been in The Five Bloods. That was on Netflix. That was a really good, crazy movie. Did not think it was gonna be like it was, but it was a really good movie. The Five Bloods. Check it out on Netflix. It's by Spike Lee. What else was he in? I don't remember, y'all. I don't remember what else he was in, but he's been in quite a bit of things. He was basically like an upcoming actor. Like, he was getting a lot of recognition, and unfortunately he caught a case with his ex-girlfriend, like some domestic violence stuff, and whatever the case may be, he went through the whole entire trial and everything. He didn't really get, while he was going through trial, he didn't get fired from any jobs or anything like that. But after the trial, he did get convicted of 2 of the lesser counts of the charges he was charged with. But it wasn't like the most like hefty, like the hefty charges, just like the smaller charges, the low key charges. They're not low key charges, but the lesser of the 2 of the 4 charges. He got 2 of the lesser of the 4. So I think they're misdemeanors, and he has to go back to court sometime or another. But they said it only carries up to like a year in jail, which people think that he probably will not even receive. With all that being said, people had mixed feelings about the case, but this is the first time I think I've seen more people on his side, like on the person's side. Because if y'all not familiar with the case, y'all gotta really get into the case. I'm not gonna really spill all about the case here, but a lot was with that case, and it's a lot there. And currently, he's with Megan Good right now, but people think that's just like publicity. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is he's a great actor, and I hate that this is happening to him like this at such a like height of his career, because he was Marvel's next villain. Like, he was Marvel's next guy. Like, the next phase of Marvel was going to be involved him, but unfortunately Disney fired him, and then he got dropped from a movie that he was doing called The Magazine. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you the exact title of this movie. Magazine Dreams. I think that was the one about. Was that the Dennis Rodman one, or that was that the one with the bodybuilder? I'm not sure, but he was supposed to do one about a bodybuilder, which it might be the Magazine Dreams. But and he was supposed to do the Dennis Rodman one. Basically, he's losing some of his jobs that he's had. Like I said, he was in such he's such a great actor. He was such in these big roles that he had continued. Like, he was getting he was booked and busy. Couple months ago, booked and busy. People were saying like he is the next big thing. Like, he is it. People are saying that in that Creed 3 movie, he did better than Michael B. Jordan, and I would have to agree. Jonathan Majors is such a good actor. I don't know him personally, so I cannot speak on his personal life, his personal actions, and all that stuff. Can't speak on that. Don't know that man. Acting, one of the I think one of the greatest black actors coming out of this like generation. Like, one of the best. Like, absolutely one 100% one of the best. There are a lot of good black actors out there right now in this era, especially, but y'all know how it is with black actors and just black people in general. Black actors, black writers, black all this. It's not a lot that get not a camera. It's not a lot that get a lot of these big opportunities. So Jonathan Majors was one of those. Kind of, I don't want to compare him to Denzel, but he was like on that Denzel track. Y'all know Denzel got 50-11 movies, 50-11 things. Denzel is beloved by black, white, all that. Jonathan Majors was like on that track, like kind of the same wave as Michael B. Jordan. But I'm saying, y'all, his range is absolutely incredible, and I hate that this is happening to him. People's argument is because he got charged with the lesser charges, and because there are so many white actors, white producers, all these just people that are not black that have done more heinous things, have gotten charged with more heinous things, have been put in jail, have did all these things, that they don't get the same treatment, which is definitely true. Like, it's just, you gotta call it what it is. It is true. They get to keep their jobs. They get to keep doing what they're doing. They get to keep doing everything. They don't lose their job. They don't lose these. But Jonathan Majors did something maybe not what people consider not as bad, or it's a lot that goes into all of it. Honestly, like, it's a lot of ins and outs with the case and whatever. Regardless of how you feel, I don't like to see people's downfalls like this, like, crumble, because it could be anybody. This type of stuff, not his particular case, but stuff like this can happen to anybody, literally anybody. And I'm just not the type of person to be like praying on people's downfall and like rubbing stuff in people's face, because I just don't believe in stuff like that. Like, not like that. Like, it's a way to let people take responsibilities for their actions and keep it moving, keep it positive. But when you are like constantly trying to throw something in somebody's face and use, I don't like stuff like that. But what I will say, or the argument is that I've seen, is, do you guys think that Jonathan Majors will bounce back? And I think yes. And a lot of other people that I have listened to or heard their commentary on think yes. Everybody thinks, and I also think as well, that it's gonna take some time for him to get back, because he's such an amazing talent. Like, he's talented. He is that talented. That's why people are just like, all right now, y'all. All right. There's so many people in Hollywood that have charges on them, misdemeanors, domestic stuff. That none of that is right, and it doesn't make it right or make the person just like an angel and a saint. But that's the thing. Like, everybody's not an angel and a saint. There's plenty of people out here that have these charges and have stuff on them that is more severe than Jonathan Majors, but their job. That's people's argument. I'm just telling y'all what the people are saying. People's arguments, people are saying. So I do think that he will bounce back. I think it's gonna take some time. I think that he's gonna get roles. Everybody isn't the same way. Some people do not write you off as quick as others. And I get why people will write you off. It's business. Like I said, y'all, business is business. And everybody's morality is different. Everybody's values is different. People are like, you got charged, you did it, that's it. Some people would want to give you a chance. I feel like somebody's gonna give him a chance. I feel like he's gonna work, and I feel like he's gonna get roles that maybe are not the roles that he thought he was gonna have and have to do. In order to get kind of back, I don't want to say in the good graces, but get back. And I think his talent is gonna speak for itself. So I do think he's gonna bounce back. I think it's gonna take some time, but I do think he's gonna bounce back. Like I said, I've never kind of seen the public be on someone's side as much as Jonathan Majors, especially in this climate. So I thought that was just interesting. And I think people, like I said, y'all gotta really get into the case and the specifics of the case and how it went down. It's really not what it seems like if you don't know the case or wasn't following the case. Because when you hear of like domestic violence and assault and all that stuff, you think the worst. But this case is it's another one of them cases that's, it could have went either way. Honestly, it could have literally went either way. And I wasn't surprised that he got charged. Like I said, it could have went either way, but I am surprised he got the lesser charges. I thought if he would have got charged, it was gonna be the more severe, but he got the lesser charges that are only misdemeanors. They're not even felonies. So that tells you everything you need to know right there. But I don't know if he's going to end up appealing. I don't know. I don't know that, but I do think that he will bounce back eventually. Eventually. But yeah, people love Jonathan Majors, y'all. So we'll see what happens. I will definitely be following it. And if Jonathan Majors is in something, I'm gonna watch it. So there's that. There's that. Alright, y'all. So the last thing that I want to talk about real quick is Yasiin Bey. And if y'all don't know who Yasiin Bey is, y'all might know him as Mos Def. Which I still call him Mos Def, but he wants to go by his name, which is Yasiin Bey or Yasiin Bey. I think it's Yasiin Bey. Basically he was on a podcast. I think that, let me see. Let me get that podcast name for y'all, so y'all can go check it out, because I don't want to watch the whole interview. But he went to the podcast, The Cutting Room Floor, and I think from what I can see, it's like a fashion podcast. So yeah. So in the podcast, the podcaster basically asked him, was Drake hip hop? Does he consider Drake hip hop? And before he answered, he took like the longest sigh, and the look on his face was like, why are you asking me this? And he even said like, why you have to ask me this? And basically, he said that Drake is pop to him, and he compares Drake's music to like music that you shop with, like when you be in Target or something, music that plays on that. So basically, he doesn't consider Drake hip hop, which, you know, I can see why he would say that. But this went viral this week as well, and surprisingly, a lot of people were on his side with his take, saying that Drake is pop. Now, I'm not gonna say like I'm just like this hip hop head and I know every artist, everything, every lyrics. I don't always listen to super lyrical content, but I do like that lyrical content. But I am one of those people that know the people that came before this new generation of artists, the people that built the foundation, the people that made a lot of sacrifices, the people that didn't make as much money as rappers do now for the culture and for the hip hop genre. So I'm familiar with Mos Def. And in his music and he's a great actor. Like, he needs to act more. But being from from him. Well, I'm gonna try to say his his name he wants to go by, Yasiin Bey. Him being who he is and the contributions he's made to hip hop and the type of artist that he is, I see why he would say something like so. A lot of people, you'll be surprised, a lot of people don't consider Drake real hip hop because of the type of music that he makes. And of course, I like Drake just like everybody else. I got one of his albums is right behind me. If you're watching, you can see. So I love Drake. I like Drake. Okay, I like Drake's music. I literally grew up listening to Drake in my teen years, my teen years all through college, and even somewhat now. It has been Drake, so he's been around for a while. He's definitely made contributions and everything, but I definitely can see why Yasiin feels that way, being that he's a super lyrical hip hop artist and what he brought to the culture and how things was when he was, boom boom, and then people considering Drake one of the best hip hop artists of all time. And some people consider if you're not a rapper for real, if you not like lyrical for real. Now Drake can be very lyrical. He has songs that are very lyrical, but Drake also does a lot of pop songs. And he has a lot of, a lot of things, a lot of different types of music and different lanes that he stepped into. But I definitely can see Yasin's point of view and why he feels that way. And you'll be surprised a lot of people feel that way about Drake in particular. And a lot of other artists they feel that way, especially because Drake is considered, y'all know last year Billboard did their top 50 rappers, and I believe Drake was number 8, maybe. He was 8. I think he was 8. But you have rappers like Yasiin, aka Most Def, and you have rappers like, I'm trying to see who, I don't even know if they put Most Def on that list anyway, but like people like Black Thought, like people that are like Benny the Butcher, people that are more, give you more of that lyrical content and that like true hip hop, true rap, like that do this for real. They not pop. They don't do that. They rap strictly. Why they would feel a way that you're saying that Drake, who does a lot of popular music, pop songs, is considered one of the greatest rappers. So I can see it from that point of view, absolutely. And I don't think that he's wrong in his opinion. Like I said, it's Most Def, y'all. He comes from a different era. He's a different type of rapper. He's a different type of person. So I can definitely see why. Because low key, if I was a person like Most Def or like older rappers, older lyrical rappers, I would think the same way, because it's kind of like they praise Drake and put Drake up here on this pedestal, which he deserves recognition as well. He's a great artist too. And it's like, it diminishes us in a sense more of the lyrical artists, the artists that are very, boo boo boo. Like even in the top 10, on the top 10 of their Billboard Hot 100 top 50, right? You have Jay-Z's number 1. I believe, was Eminem number 2? Who was number 2, y'all? Who was number 2? Was it Kendrick? I think it was Kendrick, right? And Kendrick, for example, Kendrick is a super lyrical artist as well, and he doesn't make as much pop music and popular music and different genre music as Drake, but he definitely has a flair of that in there. But Kendrick mostly just raps, like for real, just be rapping. So you got like in that top 10, you got your Jay-Z's, your Nas's, your Kendricks, your that, and then you got like your Lil Wayne, your Snoop Dogg, and then you got like Nicki Minaj. Like you have those type of different artists in there that mostly rap for real. And then you have somebody like Drake that can rap and can be lyrical, but he also, his most famous songs and his most biggest songs are more popish. So I can see why that is a thought. So I definitely get his take. I don't really have a problem with his take because I 100% get it. Like I 100% understand. But he said when he said Drake's music is like shopping music, like the stuff that you hear at the store, like them songs you hear at the store, like when you shopping, like those pop songs that were like super super popular and were like number one on Billboard, or in the top 10, and they were just popular for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and just were all over the place, and now they're just like all over the radio. That's what he basically is comparing it to. So, coming from a real like lyricist, like a real pioneer, a real like hip hop person, Yasiin is very, very qualified, one, to speak on that and to say that. And I get it. Like I said, a lot of people did not disagree. So y'all know a lot of people haven't really been feeling Drake anyway. These last couple album releases, they want him to get back to what he was when he first started, before he quote unquote like went pop or went mainstream. So yeah, y'all have to go watch the clip. Like I said, go to the cutting room floor. And if you go to her TikTok, you can see different clips when he's like talking about stuff. But yeah, that cracked me up, y'all, because he was like, "Why y'all made me do this?" Like he didn't even want to speak on it. I'm interested to see if Drake responds in any way. Y'all know how Drake do sometimes. Y'all know him and Joe Budden had got into it and all this stuff, and we're gonna see if he actually responds to him. I do not think Drake will actually respond. Maybe if he releases some music soon, which I think he didn't release enough. I think we need a Drake break, to be honest with you. Drake constant releases. So whenever he does release, which I know he probably will at some point this year, he might touch on it or say something. Like y'all know how he do. So yes, and I'm also interested to see other people's takes on what Yasiin said. Like y'all know, you know, this is the start of the week, so I'm filming this on Monday actually, so I'm a little late filming. And once the other like podcasts come out and people start really putting their think pieces about the situation, I want to see how other people think about it and how it grows. But from what I've seen, from the comments that I've seen, from just everything I've seen so far, everybody is on Mos Def's side, and they don't really have anything bad to say about his take, because they know he knows what he's talking about. Like they know he knows what he's talking about. Don't come for him. Don't come for him. He's really unproblematic. He got asked a question and he answered it. So I want to know what y'all's take is on that. Do y'all think that Yasiin Bey, aka Mos Def, was right about Drake when he said that Drake is not necessarily hip hop? He's more pop. He's a pop artist. How do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like Drake is a pop artist? Do y'all consider him a hip hop artist? Do y'all consider him like some sort of hybrid artist? I personally would say hybrid artist, because I think in order to be a true hip hop artist, that means that mostly all of your songs are more hip hop and more rappy and rap for real. And then you might sprinkle some popular stuff, like some commercial stuff in the mix. But Drake has a lot of commercial stuff, so I can see why he said that. But that's why I consider Drake. Like I consider him just. I like to call people that are multi-genre people. I just like to say that they're artists. Like I just like to use the term strictly artists instead of like, oh, hip hop artists, this artist, because there's not a lot actually, a few artists that are multi-genre. That's a word. I don't even know if I'm saying it's right. They span across multiple genres, so I don't consider them one or the other, because they do a lot in each of the genre, and Drake does a lot. He does your rappy stuff. He does your more pop stuff. Y'all know he does his little like Jamaican island-esque vibe that he does. So yeah, like I said, I'm interested to see if Drake is going to respond in any way. I don't think what Yasiin said was wrong. That's his opinion, his take, what he sees. I definitely can see where he's coming from. I do not, like I said, I don't think Drake is gonna respond. If he does, he's gonna do it in a song, and he's gonna do it in like a clever way, like a Drake way. But I can't really see him just like coming out and just responding to him, like trying to diss him. I don't think that would be a great thing to do. Because a lot of people love Mos Def, and he's really unproblematic in a sense. So yeah. So comment below, like I said, what do y'all think about that? whole situation. So yeah, y'all, that is all I have. This episode is a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna be, but I told y'all we had a lot to get into this week, and we gotta see what this next week is gonna bring, y'all. Like, today's Monday. It's been sort of a slow day. It ain't really been too much popping off um as of yet, so we'll see how the week progresses. We'll see if I have any updates for you guys on any of the things that I talk about in this episode. So yeah, like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube, and make sure if you are listening to me that you are following the podcast. You leave us a rating, follow us on, subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, which is Jhene Price TV, if you would like to see the visuals of the episode. And yeah, and also if you like this type of musical content, just if you like little like documentaries, and if you like just if you're into the culture, hip hop culture, music culture, black culture, all that, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I have a lot of nice, well thought, great content coming out that I want to share with y'all, and I want to make sure that y'all are, over there, so y'all can get that content when it comes out. Y'all can be the first ones to know. So again, it's Jhene Price TV if you would like to see the visuals of the podcast episodes and check out any other content that I have on that channel. So yes, thank you guys for watching this episode, and tune in next week for all the shenanigans. Okay, bye y'all.